Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog, our travel vlog for our holiday. We are here in our favourite place in the entire world for 10 days of total relaxation, switching off and chilling out. Feel very, very grateful to be here. Charlie and I arrived this morning is our second morning. Had a real switch off day yesterday. The day that we arrived, we had the most gorgeous deep tissue massages, and so far we have been to the gym every single morning. We're kind of treating this holiday as a real reset, a January reset. We want to be eating well, keeping moving, but also just relaxing. So thought I would share the memories with you guys. Wasn't sure whether to vlog or not. We're not working at all on this holiday. We didn't even bring our camera with us, so we are totally switching off. But I have to say, I love vlogging. I love having the memories on camera, whether I upload it or not, who knows. But it's just really nice to look back on, especially this particular island. We just absolutely love. The food here is incredible. We've had two delicious breakfasts. They do a lot of, they've got an amazing kitchen garden here on the island, which Charlie and I are going to walk to in a second to get some mint, to make some teas. But a lot of the other produce is either grown here on this island or on some of the neighbouring islands, and there's a real focus on organic food. They actually make their own kombucha here. There's just so much synergy between what they offer here and what Charlie and I have really become so interested in the last couple of weeks especially, so it could not be a more perfect place to come. I'm currently in this gorgeous little kind of nook, which is, we're staying in a water villa, and these thatched buildings, I'll show you another one on the horizon in a second. These thatched buildings, I just love how authentic the structures are here. A lot of the structures on this particular island are built over the water. There are a few beach villas, but the water villas are really quite spectacular here. So it's like a giant tree house. So I'm up in like the top section, and there's just this big bed overlooking the ocean, a little kind of balcony area, and then downstairs we've got an outdoor shower, gorgeous big bedroom, and a little decking area where we can sit down, have our morning coffee, catch up on emails. When I say I'm not doing work here, if I don't do like 20 minutes of emails a day, then I just come back to the most ridiculously overflowing inbox. So we're just staying on top of things, but yeah, still switching off as much as possible. Fellow self-employed people, you will be able to relate to that. But anyway, we are just going to go and stretch our legs. We've done a nice yoga this morning. We did a hatha yoga. Someone told me back in Nashville that the three best things that you can do to beat jet lag are, firstly, obviously drinking lots of water, secondly, having a deep tissue massage, and thirdly, doing yoga, just to like stretch and rehydrate the body. So we have now done all three of those things, feeling pretty good. This is about as glamorous as I will get this trip, because I haven't brought anything with me to do my hair aside from my heatless curl set, which I put in last night. Totally pointless, it's so humid. Still wearing my nice little Varley set, which I wore for yoga, and then I literally just live in a linen shirt. This one is from the White Company. It's just the perfect thing, flinging over your shoulders. I'll share with you a few of my skincare favourites a little bit later as well, but at the moment I've just obviously got SPF on. It's a little bottle that I got on Amazon. Someone told me about it, but I can't remember who. It's a brand called Helio Care. It's an SPF 50 and it's got a little bit of tint to it, so where my schnoz is still a tiny bit red, it feels a little bit better having a tiny bit of tint. But then I always wear a cap when I'm in the sun as well, because I just don't like any sun on my face. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let's go and take a stroll to the kitchen garden. So this is the island kitchen garden. One of them, I believe. I think this is actually the biggest kitchen garden in the Maldives. They have got so many different herbs and salad leaves. Let's have a little look. So this is beach lettuce. Looks a little bit like rocket, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
think it grows quite well here. And then they grow a kind of sweet pea called the butterfly pea flower. And funnily, it grows more like a bush here. Is that purple basil? Oh wow, that smells good.
Amazing.
I had a drink yesterday that had butterfly pea flower infusion. It made the whole drink go purple, but it was a natural colour. I wonder if it's because they have the climate to grow sweet pea all year round that it's a bush rather than like a tower.
Maybe.
Or maybe they've just not let it climb.
See, I wonder if basil's a perennial here because it's frost that kills basil. They
Mm.
don't get frost. So this basil plant hasn't been planted this year. That's really established.
Quite established, yeah.
I wonder, we should try just one pot of basil. Got to remember to water it regularly, but throughout winter in your greenhouse. And see if it stays alive.
True. So many different types of basil. I've already started a list on my phone of things that I want to grow inspired by here. And yesterday Charlie and I had, oh, there's a little lizard in there. Look how camouflage he is.
Nice.
No, goodbye. Yeah, we had a water infusion which had basil, lemongrass, coriander and mint in the water. It's so simple and yet very refreshing. Make that at home, darling.
Yeah, very effective.
We should go over the rickety bridge and then we'll be able to get a better view. The kitchen garden from above. So they're starting to put all the covers on now to create a bit of shade from the hot sun. As you can see, the mint just wants to take over the entire island. I'm going to take a sprig of that to have with some tea. In fact, I'll just take some now. A big bed of coriander. Gosh, yeah, I wonder where they're growing the vegetables. Maybe that's in the kind of staff area.
Yeah.
Huge type of... Actually, I don't know what that is. God, it's getting very hot. Cuban thyme. Oh my gosh, I've not seen this before, Char, have you?
What is it?
Cuban thyme.
Interesting. What does it smell like?
Wow, quite citrusy. That is so unusual. And such huge leaves. Normally thyme is such a small leaf. Is that another type of mint over there?
Yeah, they're all mints, I think, all different
So
varieties.
it's definitely made me realise I need to make a lot more out of our herbs this year. They do so many infusions and teas and things with the bits that they grow here. And last year I definitely didn't make the most of it. Fennel just in your water. You can do fermented fennel. That was delicious. This must be how they deliver the herbs to the kitchen. Herbs on wheels.
Amazing.
Are there micro herbs, which I definitely want to make or grow this year. Little teeny tiny versions of the herbs, which are great for sprinkling over your salads, over avocado on toast, things like that.
Really cool.
Wow.
Morning!
Hi. Darlings, this is without doubt the craziest place I have ever propped you up as a tripod. You're currently on the kind of bathroom shelf in the outdoor shower. Yes, that is the shower behind me. I'm currently stood underneath the outdoor shower, but the lighting is okay here considering the sun has pretty much completely gone down now, and I really want to do a little unboxing with you. I placed a sizable Farfetch order before coming out here and picked up some of the most gorgeous pieces, and what's in this bag I think is quite possibly the most fabulous bag for the entirety of spring and summer and any and all upcoming holidays. So I'm so excited to unbox this with you. The best thing is it's also under £300, so that's also, in my opinion, pretty blooming good for a bag that looks as gorgeous as this. Before I go any further, Farfetch have very kindly restarted my discount code, which is 10JOSIE, and that will get new customers 10% off full price pieces. I'll leave all the T's and C's as always linked down below, and don't worry, I will share with you all the details of this fabulous dress in a second, which yes is also from Farfetch. I have got my hair up in my heatless curls. As I said, I didn't bring anything heated with me to properly do my hair. They've only been up like this for 20 minutes, so I'm not feeling hugely optimistic, but as we saw on that sign earlier, 92% humidity, but with heatless curls, as I always say, you've got nothing to lose, and I will just pin my hair in a bun if it's not doing what I think it should be doing. I really don't mind. Anyway, one of the fabulous things about Farfetch is the discovery of brands that I would normally never have even heard of. I most definitely would not have stumbled across this brand called Vanina. If you've heard of this brand before, let me know down below. I clicked, I think it was in the new in section, I clicked on the brand and I was spoiled for choice. The brand specialises in pearl pieces, faux pearl, and just the most gorgeous selection of bags. I would so highly recommend checking out this brand. And of course, Farfetch works as an aggregator, so you can choose from brands and products from all over the world. From Australia, this is a brand from Beirut, and it works with independent boutiques, so bringing together all of this incredible collection of products that without Farfetch we probably would find very tricky to access. So without further ado, let's have a little peek inside. Oh my gosh, it is so gorgeous. I'm so excited to wear this bag tonight. Are you ready for this? We have got a pearl handle and a straw bag. Could this be any more perfect? It literally could not be a more Josie bag if it tried. I did already test it, and I can fit the room key, my camera, my phone, a mirror, a little hairbrush, and a few other bits and bobs in here as well. Even though it looks teeny tiny, it is surprisingly roomy. As I said last summer, raffia accessories for me just go with absolutely everything. They are super versatile. In fact, I'm wearing as well, and surprisingly, my little raffia Aquazzura heels. I just spotted on the website on Farfetch, they've got these in like a lemony citrusy colour, which I'm very, very tempted by because I have got so much wear out of these. And you'll know that I've also got the higher dark green ones as well, which I absolutely adore. I'll ask Charlie to do a full outfit of the day for me in a second, but don't you just think this is absolutely fabulous? I will leave this, my dress, my heels. In fact, I've got so many Farfetch pieces with me on this trip. From, in fact, my Missoni swimsuit that I was wearing earlier, you can get that on Farfetch, as well as the cover-up, which actually I don't think I got a clip of me wearing earlier, but I will get one at some point during the vlog. Of the V-neck cover up from Missoni. I absolutely love it. It comes with me on every single holiday, so versatile. So you could get 10% off that. What else? Oh, my Hansaji swimsuit, which is an absolute favourite. My friends that have had babies have confirmed that it does work when you are literally 9 months pregnant as well. So very, very versatile. I think I will wear that one tomorrow. My pink crinkle Hansaji swimming costume. I've also got a few Erez swim pieces from Farfetch with me. I've got a lot. I have got a lot, which I will share with you throughout the vlog. But this is my favourite new purchase for the trip, alongside this dress. In fact, there are hibiscus flowers on the island, so I might try and get a little snap next to a lovely hibiscus plant tomorrow maybe. It's probably going to be too dark for anything this evening. It is a little bit breezy. The clouds are starting to come in, and they were putting waterproof covers on the beach deck chairs earlier, so I think we might be in for a little bit of rain later, but that's okay as long as the sun comes back out again. But anyway, let me show you this full dress. Okay, it's time to take this out because this looks a bit silly. Probably just sunbathe with this in, shouldn't I? Then they would literally, the curls would bake into my hair. Not a particularly successful mission, but let's ignore the hair and focus on the fabulous outfit. So the dress is, as you can see, off the shoulder on one side. You've got this fabulous floral pattern, these feathered sleeves, and it is the most gorgeous kind of mid-axy length. So with the gorgeous new bag, this is my outfit of the evening. I will leave all the links down below, and don't forget 10 Josie for 10% off your Farfetch favourites. kingfish nigiri. Is that what it's called?
Kingfish, apparently.
And what's in your tempura?
It is squid tempura.
Squid tempura.
Little fact for you, I'm very much not an expert of Japanese food, as you can see by my
Chopstick skills.
However, you are meant to do it this way. Fish down.
Really?
Into the soy
so that
sauce.
the rice doesn't absorb all the soy.
So that the rice doesn't absorb it. I'm butchering this.
I
We're going to have to edit this out. We won't edit this out. But you're meant to actually do the fish.
I think my
first.
audience will be thrilled to have found something that you're not perfect at.
I'm terrible at that.
And I have got a vegetable sushi because I don't like fish, and a lychee G&T. Lychee has become my new obsession. Aside from eating them whole, because it's like putting an eyeball in your mouth. But blend them, put them in ice cream, put them in a G&T, and I'm a happy lady. Teriyaki chicken. Yum yum. Ooh.
And 1 mascarpone.
That's the cheese you use to hide a horse.
Yeah.
Screw pine, what's that?
Nights already. Yeah. How long? Are you last night?
Oh. My darlings, I've come in from an hour outside on our little sun deck, and I have finally done it. I have finally finished reading Spoon-Fed. I say finally, it took me less than 48 hours from start to finish to read the book, but this is the book that Charlie has been quoting and telling me and you guys tripod drama. It's the book that Charlie has been telling literally everyone to read for the last 2 years. So yes, I feel a little bit silly, and I do feel bad for Charlie because he's like, oh my gosh, Josie, why are you only just talking about it now when I have been telling you about this for 2 years? But oh my goodness, I'm going to be quoting Charlie now. Seriously, if there is one thing that I can recommend you to do this month, it would be to get yourself a copy of Spoon-Fed and read it. If you are even remotely interested in health, not weight loss. This is not a book about weight loss. This is not a diet book. This is a book about health, and also if you're interested in marketing and the food industry, again, even in the slightest. I do have a real interest in this topic, having studied customer psychology, or like customer behavioral psychology at university. The things that brands can sometimes do to encourage us to buy more has always really fascinated me. I've spoken about that topic in like a shopping perspective in quite a few videos. Let me know if you'd like me to touch on it again, because I just love it as a topic so much, and I could go on and on and on and on. But this is about how the food industry basically lies to us to get us to buy more stuff that makes big food conglomerates like Kraft, Nestle, Pepsi Cola, all of those kinds of brands, basically to make them a shed load more money. And so much of it is not only a lie, but it is so bad for our health. So for example, some of the things which is even government guidelines. Obviously our government gets a lot of money from the tax and even bribes from these huge food companies, that it's no surprise that they are telling us that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, have your cereal. From surveys sponsored by, you guessed it, Kellogg's. Even, for example, the whole walk your 10,000 steps a day to help you lose weight or stay healthy. Guess who created the survey that gave that fact? It was a pedometer company in Japan. Yeah. So basically, so much of what we've been told by government guidelines and these, eat your 5 a day, all of that kind of slogans and old wives' tales that we have just grown up with, is actually really biased, tiny little surveys done. When I say tiny, it's literally like 5 rats benefited from eating 5 a day. Like, that's how tiny these surveys are. Very, very few have been done on actual humans, and in most cases these huge surveys are sponsored by food companies. So I literally just opened this on a random page. The US HQ of Coca-Cola spent $140 million between 2010 and 2017 solely on giving research grants to academic scientists, and gave even more to 95 US health authorities, ensuring academics were kept busy and distracted writing papers showing that sugar or artificially sweetened products were safe, and that lack of sports or exercise was the main cause of obesity. So I have seen Tim Spector, after the Diary of a CEO podcast, going quite viral, amazingly, getting a little bit of slack for saying that exercise isn't important for weight loss. Obviously it's important for keeping our heart rate healthy, keeping our bodies healthy, but it is true that so many of these big brands, like the Pepsi Colas of the world, they want you to think that that is the way of being healthy, exercising, and it's actually just a method of distraction from the fact that we're all just chugging down these awful drinks which are just killing off our gut microbiome. And that is so important to keep healthy because it is the biggest organ in our body. It controls everything from our mood to our immunity to our overall health. Oh my gosh, I feel like I could just talk about this for so long. I think what I might do actually is do a series of TikToks. Maybe this is playing with fire a little bit because people on TikTok always jump to the worst conclusions, but as long as I'm careful with how I word things, I'm going to do a series of TikToks which I'm probably going to start filming today while it's all fresh in my brain, just like busting so many myths that we have come to believe based on information from this book. It really is so fascinating, like people thinking that eating fish is really good for you. It's not even that good for you according to this. And it's important to say that the information in this book is not biased either. There are no companies giving huge research grants to any of this information. But yeah, might do a few TikToks, just like busting a few myths and sharing a few of the key things that I have learned. So head over to my TikTok if you'd like to see some little nuggets of wisdom. But yeah, that's enough of a rant for now, or recommendation. But from myself and Charlie, 2 years late to the party, I will leave a link to this down below because absolute game changer. Yeah, didn't take me long to read at all, and it's very clearly labelled, like the chapters. So if you just want to learn about like the pros and cons of veganism, for example, you can search that chapter. The chapter about ASBs, artificially sweetened beverages, I have sent photos of quotes from these pages to a lot of my friends that love like a Diet Coke and things like that, because it is quite shocking, the ingredients of it in them and what it does to our bodies. Anyway, enough of that because I know it's quite a heavy subject for a gorgeous day in the Maldives. I'm gonna go for another little dunk now, and then very shortly it will be time for lunch. Mood of the day, amazing. Outside temperature 27, I think it's higher. Humidity 92%.
What I would say is the temperature here this time of year is enjoyable, whereas in Europe in the summer,
yeah, it
gets unbearable, doesn't it? I think it's perfect.
Right, lunchtime at Sip Sip. Watch out, burns. Don't forget your sun cream. Charlie's salad looks amazing. A side of sweet potato fries. And I have got a very green pasta dish. What were you going to say, Tommy?
What I was going to say is I love the variation of the menus here.
Yeah.
Because every menu, without it being like too overwhelming, has a lot of selection.
It does.
We're fortunately now going to be here for 12 nights, but if we wanted to, we could eat a different dish every day.
Absolutely. And it's all nice and fresh produce. I think this is herbs from the kitchen garden all blended to make my green sauce. Bon appetit. I don't know if you can see the video as opposed to the palm tree reflection, but we are literally that TikTok couple that goes to one of the best places in the world and spends the whole time just missing our dogs. Lala is sending us regular videos of our children. Yes. You see, I'm exceptionally handsome, but I'm really angry that my brother was chosen for all of the George Smith adverts and not me, because I'm actually a really distinguished model.
It's much more affordable.
Dickie's rates were much lower. Look at that scruffy bottom. I am the handsome one. Now this is a very rare sighting indeed. It is a Charlie Irons mammal in his natural habitat. If you disturb him, he can get very aggressive. You out there, darling? Charlie and I literally were chilling on these yesterday, and Charlie said, oh, I wonder if they ever replace these. And they literally replaced them last night. They're brand new hammocks, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I think the other ones were quite weathered, and obviously I'd imagine they spent 8, 9, maybe even the entirety of the year in the water.
Yeah.
So they've obviously replaced the string.
Mm-hmm.
The wood, I don't know, maybe even the wood's brand new. I think the whole thing's brand new.
Crazy.
They definitely raised them up as well.
Yeah.
We were saying this, that's how impressive like the strength of wood is.
Yeah.
All these big wooden pylons have been in the ocean for like 20 years and they're still going strong.
Mental.
Mad.
Mental.
Right, you can have a little sit in there.
Mm-hmm. How do you get into a hammock?
With great difficulty. Beautiful weather. Strangest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a Maldivian tradition is to think of all your negativity, place it into the stick, and then burn it on the fire. It's a little bit like that in between this film.
Yeah.
What are you throwing onto the fire?
True.
What does he say?
Negative thoughts.
Negative thoughts. No, no.
Yeah, we've already had that one.
Negative emotions. Ah, yes. Okay. What's my negative thought? Good kindling. Negativity makes good kindling. My darlings, another day in paradise. Not sure if we did have any rain last night, but we have woken up to a breezy day but blue skies. We are heading to breakfast, which is in this incredible overwater structure. Here's the doorknob. It's your outfit for the day, darling. These are nice.
These? Yeah, I've got a few pairs like this. They're really, because they're elasticated as well, so they're just so easy just to stick on.
Very nice.
From
Hungry?
Onya.
Onya.
Yeah, and then this is Sunspell.
Lovely. This is one of my most worn beach items. It's just
Is it Missoni?
Missoni, yeah, lovely little dress. It's quite nice, that's got the slits, and then got this Erez Bando bikini on underneath, which is good for not getting too many turn lights.
Lovely.
Wonderful start to the day. We've got our kefir yogurt bowls, and we've both poured it into a mixture of yogurt and seeds and honey.
You can tell we are Tim Spector fans.
Tim Spector disciples.
But you know what? it's probably too soon to fully judge, but I've been now having kefir since
January the 3rd.
Literally since like the first week of January.
Actually, even at New Year's at the Newt we were having it, so the
True.
29th, we've been having it since last year.
I do feel better.
Yeah, good.
Genuinely, in the morning, and it actually fills you up for longer because there's quite a lot of fat in it. A healthy fat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Very nice. And every morning they do a different special adaptogenic coffee. This morning's has got almond butter, maca powder, and some other things which I've forgotten, and it is very tasty. The best part is the view. What? So we thought after breakfast we'd just have a little look in the shop. They've got a few lovely bits and bobs. Some reusable water bottles. Cute little bags.
These two. Try this as a...
Ultra soothing and deeply hydrating. That might be quite good for your face. 70% organic. I'm getting broody, darling.
I'm a little bit, but... How cute.
That is absolutely adorable. Are you going to be the kind of dad that wears matching swimming trunks?
Definitely. Without a doubt.
Cute. Well, this seems to have officially become my book review corner. Less than 24 hours after starting, I have just finished Verity. This was a gift from Chloe for Christmas, and she said that it was absolutely incredible, and it was a real page turner. That is literally the most cliche thing you can ever say, but highly recommend this. It is a psychological thriller, I think is how you would describe it, and possibly a record. I think that might be the quickest I've ever finished a book. It's not the hugest book, but yeah, really good if you do like a psychological thriller. I don't know what I'm going to read next. Maybe another of the J.P. Delaney books. I read one of those in 24 hours when we were in Kefalonia. Charlie wants to tell us about
Are those
his book.
books, The Girl Before, is that written by Gonga? Same author?
Maybe. I can't
Because the
actually
writing's
remember.
very similar.
It could be.
I'm a much slower book reader than you are, but also the book I'm reading is controversial because it's Spare from, I keep saying Harry Potter. Prince Harry. I'm only about a third of the way through. I have...
A third?
Yeah.
You've been reading it. I've read 2
Yeah, but
books
it's
in that time.
quite a big book. It's about 700 pages.
Really?
So how many pages is this?
317.
Yeah, and it's a bigger book. So if you think a page has a lot more information,
Yeah, but it's a comic sans huge writing, isn't it?
it's a big book. Thoughts so far, feel very sorry for everyone involved, to be completely honest. It's sad to hear about someone falling out with their family. And although obviously it's from one side, and ultimately you and I are quite passionate about our royal family and think, you know, speaking out about this sort of stuff isn't really the done thing, his childhood clearly affected him heavily.
Oh yeah.
He what I've found out so far is obviously he lost his mum in a car crash, which we all know, but he also lost his best friend in a car crash when he was about 17. And I think the trauma, I think also the fact that he has always felt like the spare part, the spare in the air, and the media have had a big part to play. Certainly he's not helped himself, and you know there's a lot of another side to it. But ultimately, it's a really fascinating book. There's a lot of stuff about his time in the army, which makes you really respect him as a person. Haven't got to the Meghan bit yet, and haven't got to the bit where he obviously decided it was time to leave the royal family. But it's captivating, and it is a good read. And I think it's important for us all, if you are passionate about this subject, to read the book before making assumptions, because already I've noticed a lot of the media headlines are taken heavily out of context, and when you read what he said within context, not talking about the slightly trivial stuff that he said, which probably wasn't the best things to say, but a lot of the big headlines and the big things are not as big a deal. And also, so far, it's extremely complimentary of everyone within the royal family, of his close-knit group, i.e. Prince Charles
and apparently the ghostwriter, what's his name?
He also ghostwrote Andre Agassi's autobiography, which is another fantastic
apparently
autobiography.
he's here on this island right now. We've not seen him, but a few members of staff. Well, he deserves a holiday.
I don't believe that's true.
It's a long way to come for Americans.
I don't believe it's true.
But maybe
one of the
we'll
ways
let you know if we spot him.
My head's chopped off is because I'm
Still
a little
looking
bit
a bit-
taller than you. I'm
and
looking
a
a bit
little bit
red,
red.
but we are using Factor 50 today on everywhere.
How do you get so much more burnt than me?
I don't know. Maybe you are. Maybe the fake tan acts as a barrier. To be fair.
Probably.
Right, we're gonna go to lunch.
We are heading to lunch, so I have popped on this lovely swimsuit which I've had for a few months now, and this is also Erez via Farfetch. It is just a really nice cut. I did catch this on a little bit too much on my back yesterday, so I wanted to cover up a little bit more. I'll be using my SPF 50 spray, and I've just popped it on with these little white shorts. This was the Missoni beach cover-up that I was explaining yesterday with the lovely v-neck. I've been getting a lot of wear out of that, but sometimes for me a beach outfit is as easy as just sticking on a pair of shorts over a swimming costume. And then another thing which has been something that I wear every single summer season, you might remember that these are also my gardening shoes because they clean so easily. I've had these, when did we first go to Emelise? Was that like 5-6 years ago?
Yeah, a long time.
Basically the summer that these shoes came out, I bought them, and the first summer that I wore them, I actually found them really uncomfortable, and I swore myself off them for a little while, and then weirdly the next time I wore them, literally like 8 months later, And since then I have found them the most comfortable shoes in the entire world, so much so that I do wear them gardening. I wear them as like walking around the island shoes. So yes, they have stood the test of time very well. For me, they have been an amazing price per wear. As far as Chloe accessories go, they're not one of the more expensive ones, so I do highly recommend these. I remember when I first got them as well thinking it's quite funny that they're almost like coffin shaped, a little bit weird. But anyway, so that is my footwear of choice, and again these and my swimsuit, you can get 10% off on Farfetch with 10 Josie. And then my little Gucci sunglasses, which I love, to complete the look. So we're about to try the Island Brewed Sense of Life. This is the homemade kombucha that they make here on the island. I think one of the evenings we are going to have a little kombucha making masterclass here, which is going to be amazing. Another food that Tim Spector would approve of, being fermented. You're not convinced by the smell?
I'm a bit nervous actually. Right, here we go. That is delicious.
Is it?
This is really weird. It smells quite vinegary,
right?
But it isn't vinegary, because actually, interestingly, we learned, didn't we, from Tim Spector, should really be sponsored by Tim Spector, that like things like kraut and things like that, if anything, the vinegar kills the friendly bacteria.
Yeah,
so when you have fermented stuff, you
shouldn't
don't
put it in vinegar
in the ingredients.
No.
So actually, all the pickled stuff that people say is good for your gut, I don't believe that to be true.
I think it depends how it's pickled.
But
homemade with love in
nice.
Laamu. So this was made on the 27th of December last year. Right, let's give it a try. And lunch has arrived. We always have such a huge feast at breakfast. I'm never ravenous at lunchtime, but the lunches here are just so delicious. This is a beetroot carpaccio salad with toasted sourdough. Got some walnuts. I asked for some extra edamame, and I think this is some of the looks like rocket, but I think it might be the beach. What do they call it? Beach grass?
not beach lettuce.
Beach leaves? Beach salad? Had a name, didn't it?
We saw it, didn't we? Well, it was on your vlog.
It was.
So people might be able to realise what it is.
And you've got...
I've gone for something very...
Good
Is it
old...
Caesar salad's American, isn't it?
Probably Roman. Julius Caesar.
I'm pretty sure it's American.
You need to blend in your facial SPF a bit more, darling.
It's a white.
It's a little bit white around the edges.
It's a mineral SPF, which is better for the ocean, and also good for my complexion.
Bon appetit. So I had a lovely lunch, and now I'm coming to the beautiful spa area. The treatment rooms are in these little pods overlooking the beach, and I've got a 30-minute foot massage, which was actually a little freebie because we booked through Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's yeah, free little 30-minute foot massage, and look at this view. Such an amazing space for the treatments. Beautiful. Wow. Look at this. It's the most amazing outside shower I've ever seen. Really in the jungle. Look at that. And this little station here. Amazing. Well, that was a heavenly 30 minutes, and now I've been brought to this little relaxation area. You can sit and admire the view, or come and have a herbal tea or a juice at the Alchemy Bar. Of the evening spot in the outdoor shower. We are heading to the restaurant called Leaf tonight, which is the one which is on the stilts above the kitchen garden area. So I thought I would go for a little green number tonight, my Zimmermann dress to go with the green garden theme. We haven't eaten at this restaurant yet during our stay, so I think it should be a lovely evening. We might even catch the sunset if we head off very shortly, because I think the sunset's at about 7:30. I feel like I have got a little bit more bronzed today despite my factor 50. So I'm taking my same fabulous bag out with me this evening. I feel like this is such a winner chicken dinner, this bag. I absolutely love it. And the dress can of course also be picked up from Farfetch. Charlie is also wearing green tonight, green linen, so we're going to be matching.
Beautiful. Very Cotswold inspired.
Take a girl out of the Cotswolds.
Nice handbag.
I know, isn't it? This is going to be a favourite for me for every holiday for the rest of eternity.
All the essentials.
Yeah, and I think this, even with like a cardigan over the top back home when it gets a little bit warmer.
Lovely.
Yes.
Apparently it's unbelievable food. We're really branching out with food tonight though. I'm excited.
Oh dear.
Yeah, leaf it out, mate.
So here above the kitchen garden that I showed you earlier in the video is the Leaf restaurant. We have to go across the rickety rope bridge to get there. Charlie, don't make it wobble. I thought you'd find that scary.
I don't mind heights.
So you can have a table overlooking the kitchen garden or the seafront. Here is the menu. Apparently it changes daily. So we could literally come here every night for the rest of our trip, darling.
Yeah.
So it's a kitchen garden inspired planted based menu. Oh my gosh, radish spaghetti with almond cream. That sounds radishing. Delish, absolutely delish. There is something that always gets me very excited about in the mousse bouche.
That is really, really lovely.
Good. We have got a white carrot foam item and something else that I'm going to try making at home, a garden herb butter, plain butter, and then a curry butter. Any restaurant that does a trio of butters instantly gets a gold star from me. You're going to have bread?
I'll have one piece.
Yum! Charlie's first course looks very photogenic. What is it, darling?
Spaghetti, unfortunately.
Ah, damn it. My main is a lovely cauliflower with lots of seeds, lots of different coloured micro herbs again. I just said to Charlie I can't wait to grow some micro herbs when I get home. I have just placed a micro herb order. And you have got
Rainbow rum. It's a local fish.
rainbow run.
Caught literally out there somewhere.
Nice. Keeping it local.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down.
Yummy lunchtime feast at the Sip Sip bar. I can't even remember what I ordered. I think it's some kind of chicken and couscous spicy mixture. Charlie's got ceviche, is it?
Yeah, so it's reef fish ceviche.
Nice.
Served in a coconut.
And
then this is Maldivian tuna. I'm not sure what that is. So we'll find out.
and microgreens from the garden. Literally they put them on everything. I'm so excited to grow these when we get home. And of course a coconut for hydration. What have we got for pudding, darling?
A Six Senses Magnum, essentially. Look.
Wow.
Yeah. Look at that.
How cute is
Raspberry
that?
and hibiscus.
No, is it? Come on, mate. Let me try it. Pass it here. Come on, I need to try it. Stop it. Cheers, mate. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, bloody good milk. Good afternoon, my darlings. I don't think I've actually properly spoken to you yet today. It has been a very, very chill day. I mean, every day is a chill day, but we have spent the entire day down at the Sip Sip beach, which is the kind of like, actually pretty much the only beach with sunbeds if you are staying in a water bungalow. There are a few beach bungalows here, but they are quite set back into the island, into the tropicalness. And yeah, so Sip Sip has got a pool, a lovely freshwater pool. It's got a bar and restaurant area where we had lunch. You can have coconuts, you can get paddle boards, there's the hammocks in the sea there, and it's where a lot of people go to, not a lot of people, like there's maybe 20 people there all day, go to hang out and have time on the beach, because I love just being able to dunk in and out of the water whenever we please. I spent quite a lot of time in the water today, and as a result I did somehow burn my feet. I think I must have forgotten to reapply my sun cream on my feet, so they're a little bit red, but never mind. So we are about to start getting ready for dinner. What time is it? Official Maldives time, it's 5:30, which means it's 6:30 here, because on the islands a lot of the time what they do is they call it island time. It's actually an hour ahead of Malé, and it makes a lot of sense because it means it encourages you to get up earlier. And I would say the mornings here the sun is more intense than in the evenings. At about 5:30 I would say the sun has lost a lot of its strength, so it's really nice to get up and get moving earlier in the day. Both Charlie and I, we had the same brainwave. Are you still allowed to say brainwave? Probably. Same idea this afternoon. Charlie had a sports massage. Here on the island there is a visiting practitioner. I don't know if he's from India or Sri Lanka, but he's some amazing body chiropractic practitioner, and he gave Charlie a very jazzy sports massage this afternoon. And without talking to each other, Charlie and I both came back to the water villa via the kitchen garden and gathered some fresh mint. So we've both got nice fresh mint teas, which is really lovely. I might try sticking some lemongrass in here tomorrow as well. I think that'd be quite lovely. But I'm doing a little bit of skincare. I have been concocting, where is it, a little mixture every time I pop on my serum. Because I put factor 50 on my face and then I wear my cap, my face doesn't really catch the sun that much, so I do like to put in a little bit of my Beauty Pie tanning drops. These are the Awesome Bronze tanning drops. I put practically an entire pipette per 2 pumps of my Clé de Peau Le Serum, and I do that every time I cleanse my face. I did of course bring with me, I've got them in this little dust bag, loads of my face halos, so I'm cleansing my face with those every time I need to. Yeah, then I'm doing this little duo. I did of course bring with me my favourite eye serum, the Aurelia brightening eye serum, which I'm going to pop on now. And don't forget about my Aurelia discount code. It'll still be valid by the time this vlog goes live. Not sure when this is going to go live. Maybe while I'm still out here. I think if we have a cloudy day, which the law of probability, we might have a cloudy day at some point. To be honest, the forecast has shown that today and yesterday were meant to have been cloudy, but maybe there were clouds, but it certainly wasn't cloudy. But yeah, if I get time, I'll edit it while I'm here. Who knows? Who knows? But yes, Aurelia Brightening Eye Serum. I love the dinky size of these, so handy, so I brought that with me, of course. I've actually been using Mitchum Powder Fresh deodorant, which matches my swimming costume. I popped on because I wasn't quite ready to get ready for dinner, but I didn't want to be prancing around in the nude. So I popped on my comfiest swimsuit, which is this one from Hunza G, also available on Farfetch, and they're amazing. They are so comfortable, so flattering. They come in so many different colours, so many different styles. They have got something very similar to this on Farfetch right now with slightly thicker sleeves, which I'll leave linked down below. What other beauty things did I bring with me that I can share with you? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I bought a lot of beauty things with me. I bought my Beauty Pie Cuticle Therapy, and I have been trying to remember to apply this every evening. My nails are still doing well. No chips, touch wood, from my gel mani. I did of course bring with me my usual duo, which I can't live without, the Pureology Strength Cure and my Wella oil Reflections hair oil. And then sun cream wise, I have been using these two. This is the Lancaster Sun Beauty Sublime Tan in SPF 30, but also topped up with the La Roche-Posay Factor 50. This is really handy because it's a spray, so very good for top-ups as soon as you feel that the sun is getting a little intense. Oh, and of course I have been putting this on my nose and also areas that do catch the sun. I've also got a little bit of scarring here, so it needs a bit more protection, so I've been using the Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Cream Targeted Sun Defense Stick. And I would say I'm probably washing my hair maybe once every 3 days, and I've been using the Moroccan oil dry shampoo on the days when I'm not washing it, which I debated whether to bring this because obviously it's quite a big bottle, but I've used it so much that I'm very glad that I did. Spotlight toothbrush, of course. It's very handy that it comes in its travel pouch, so got my proper toothbrush with me. I bought the Beauty Pie Footopia Super Softening Foot and Heel Cream because you do need to take care of your feet on a beach holiday. What else is interesting? And then on my face, this, I think I mentioned this earlier in the video, has been a really good one for these first few days when I just want a little bit of extra coverage. It is the HelioCare Gel Oil Free Beige Sunscreen Protector. It is Factor 50. I got this on Amazon. I can't remember where I read, someone recommended this, maybe Bambi Does Beauty, maybe it was Elle that recommended it, but it's been great. I have not burnt my face at all, and I am often quite grateful for the tiny little bit of tint. It's like the lightest BB cream, but because you apply it like a sun cream, you put, you know, you really kind of massage it in. It just gives you that tiniest little bit of coverage, which I have been grateful for this first few days while my skin is not used to the sun. But then I will be switching to the SkinCeuticals Ultra Facial UV Defense Sunscreen. I have been using this. I really need to get a new tube. I will probably definitely finish it on this holiday actually, because I've been using this since Freddie and I went to Palm Beach. I remember it was on that trip that I was like, oh, that is a really good facial SPF. So I'll be repurchasing this for any upcoming trips. So there we go.
What's the difference between that and the sun cream?
I don't really know. I guess the ingredients are just probably a little bit better for your face. Maybe less like pore clogging.
Moisturizer.
Yeah.
50 SPF. Is that as good
so
as
you need to
50
check that it's broad spectrum UVA and UVB.
See,
and
it isn't. It says UVA.
So UVA protects you from aging. UVA, this isn't what it stands for, but UVA you remember as aging, and UVB is burning.
Whoa.
So that's what I've always been told to believe.
Then, isn't it?
Well, for a daily moisturizer, it's fine. But if you're on holiday, you need to protect from UVB rays as well.
I think they should pass a rule that they should have to protect from both.
I do too, but that's why you need a proper facial sun cream.
Is
I don't know, but it's worth it to not get wrinkles. By the way, I don't know if any of that is factually accurate. That is just what is in my head. UVA equals aging, UVB equals burning. I should probably check that. Maybe someone can let me know down below. So there we go. Right, I am going to... What time are we going to go to dinner, darling? It's 6:40. Half 7?
Yeah.
7:15.
Deal.
Right. Okay, my darlings, I have popped on a little bit of makeup. Dr. Jart BB cream, which is just really nice and light. And then my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, Charlotte Tilbury Sexy Sienna on my lips, which was actually my first ever Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, and I found my first ever one not that long ago, decided it was disgusting and bought myself a new one. So that is what is on my complexion. Not doing anything with my hair tonight, I'm just going to go to dinner with it wet, but I'm going to take with me my little clip so I can scoop it out of my face. And then tonight I have got on my little I don't know if you can see me very well, but there we go, my lovely wiggy kit dress, which I absolutely love, and is the perfect dress for holidays. So that is the outfit of the evening, Aquazzura heels again, and I'll be taking my same handbag as I have for the rest of the evenings. So tonight we have got dinner at the Longitude restaurant, which is the overwater one, and it's, the word buffet makes it sound not as amazing as it is. It's basically like the most amazing buffet of super high quality delicious foods. There are all these different stations, and tonight's theme is, I think it's Asian food tonight, so it's going to be absolutely delicious. I can't wait. I will show you some of it if I can, but I think also I am going to end the vlog today. I just imported a lot of the footage into my laptop, and I filmed over an hour's worth of footage so far, so that's quite a long vlog. I might do another one, because for the second half of this trip, we're not even halfway through yet. Did I mention we extended? So we're actually going to be here for 12 days in total. We thought there was no point in coming home on a Friday, so we're spending the next weekend here as well. But yeah, the second half of the trip we're doing more kind of activities. As I think I mentioned, they do kombucha making here. There's like a sustainability tour, some kitchen garden cookery things. So I think that's what we're gonna do next week. This week has just been all about chilling out. But I really hope you enjoyed coming along with me, and saying goodbye to you now, because I probably won't do that later when I'm very tired. But I hope you have enjoyed this vlog, darling. I hope it's been a little bit of escapism, and that you've enjoyed seeing this magical place. And yeah, time for dinner. So this is our evening commute. As every evening, the sky's looking pink, the sea is very calm. It was quite choppy this morning. It's nice and calm now. What's the matter? Oh no, what have I spilt?
Have you worn it already?
Maybe I... Oh, do you know what? I didn't wash it properly last time I wore it. I just put it in the LG fashion fridge. Oh no.
Where, have you got your torch?
I do, yes. I have to take a torch out with me in the evenings because my eyes are very bad in the dark, so we brought our little torch from home. Oh my gosh, this is the satay station. Wow! That is so amazing. Look at all these different skewers. Stir fry station. Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Wow, this looks incredible. Crispy pork belly and pork ribs. Oh my gosh.